finally have our first two-time winner of the year on the Korn Ferry Tour, and we're on the road to French Lick. Welcome once again to the Road to French Lick, a show chronicling the Korn Ferry Tour. I'm Ryan Ballengee. It's great to have you with us. We are at Woodmont Country Club, the site of the 2025 U.S. Adaptive Open, the fourth edition of the USGA Championship, one of the most inspiring events you'll ever get the opportunity to see, and we're grateful to be here to talk about the Korn Ferry Tour this week as well. We want to wrap up the last event on the schedule, the Memorial Health Championship. Then we'll hear from the winner of that tournament, our first two-time winner this year, as well as University of Illinois product Jackson Buchanan, who just competed in his first professional event and had himself a solid top 35 showing. But first, let's recap the Memorial Health Championship presented by LRS, played at Panther Creek Country Club in Springfield, Illinois. The winner is our first two-time winner of this year. It's Austin Smotherman. He's won for the second time in three events. He won the BMW Charity Pro-Am in South Carolina. He wins this event as well on the back of a final round 63 to finish on 25 under 259 and win by a single shot over Mexico's Alvaro Ortiz. It was a great final day of the tournament with a lot of moving up and down the leaderboard from a variety of players, but in the end, it was Smotherman who won for the second time this season. He now gets himself into a position where he is guaranteed one of the 20 PGA Tour cards at the end of the year through the points list, so he is heading to the PGA Tour in 2026. With his second win of the year, the Memorial Health Championship, Austin Smotherman moves into a significant lead in the Korn Ferry Tour point standings. He now has 1,640 points on the season with his two wins and the first place honors on the honor roll. Remembering the top 20 in the points list get PGA Tour cards at the end of the season. Taking a look at the rest of the top five, Johnny Kiefer is in second place at 1,392 points. Hankley Biota remains in third at 1,340 points. S.H. Kim remains in fourth place at 1,301 points. And Pearson Coody remains in fifth place at 1,002 points.
French Lick, Indiana, our little corner of the world, has big things waiting. It's where legends were made, on the court and on the course. Walter Hagen, Colin Montgomery, Betsy Rawls, and Mickey Wright. It's where life is lived to the fullest, and where unexpected adventures are around every corner. Big things are waiting. Are you in? Visit FrenchLick.com and start your escape here in Indiana.
In light of the last two winners on the PGA Tour being Korn Ferry Tour graduates and having been guests on the Road to French Lick, we have two guests for you this week. The first is Brian Campbell, now a two-time PGA Tour winner, having won in the playoff over Emiliano Grillo at TPC Deere Run to win the John Deere Classic for his second win this season. We spoke with him last season about his journey to the PGA Tour, back to the Korn Ferry Tour, and ultimately back to the PGA Tour as a rousing success.
I'm great. How are you, man?
I'm good.
Well, most importantly, congratulations. What happened yesterday at the Seminole Pro member?
Oh, man. To be honest, I felt like a walking zombie because we were just still so tired. But, you know, we had a first off with Nick Hardy. Played with some really good guys there.
Little Illinois connection.
Yeah, shook Tom Brady's hand. That was fun. But, no, that course is awesome. It's very, very difficult.
Have you played it before?
No. First time.
That locker room is just amazing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's just traditional. I think they redid part of it, but, you know, they kept it all nice.
So, congratulations being the first graduate of the Korn Ferry French Lick.
Yeah, that's right.
To a champion in Mexico.
Well, I guess Matt McCarty doesn't count because he exited early.
Well, yeah.
But yeah,
you're the one I know.
I'm the one that matters. Yeah,
exactly. How was it? I mean, we were watching, dude. We were all pulling for you. My wife's yelling at me. She's like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "BC's in it, man." And then we wind up taking it home under no drama at all.
No drama, no whatsoever. No, I mean, we were in it all day long, and that's what me and Cooper were focused on, was just staying present, just trying to stay around, you know. And then towards the end, we were like, we can win this thing. And you know, I think that shot on 17 was huge to just get it on the green, secure the par, get into the playoff, and then see what we could do there.
Well, the playoff was not no drama there either.
Yeah, no drama at all. What we got here?
86.
80. Oh, they're on the green still. We can keep talking.
We keep talking. Coop, what'd you think, man? How was your heart that day?
My heart was really good until we had a 3-footer to win. That was a little bit of a jump, but same thing. I think we did a good job of kind of not letting the moment get too big until all the emotions start to flood. And
I saw the moment where I made the putt, and I saw Cooper behind me holding the flag, and the second it went in, just shoves the flag to the ground. So I could tell he was pumped. It was fun.
Did you unscrew the flag? You get it?
I made sure to get back to the flag.
100%.
That's awesome. Well, man, we're so proud of you guys. You know, just knowing you from U of I days, to where you're at now. You know, you look back at that team back in 14. Who'd you have? Thomas Peters, Thomas Dietrich, you,
Charlie Danielson, Nick Hardy,
Alex,
Dylan Meyer, Burge.
Burge was out there.
The boys.
Legacy, man.
Yeah.
Smalley does it. Well, congratulations. We wish you the best of luck. And ILL.
I, baby.
Earlier this year, we had the chance to catch up with Alrdich Potgieter, who was one of the last players to earn their PGA Tour card last season through the Korn Ferry Tour and the season-ending Korn Ferry Tour Championship presented by United Leasing and Finance. We spoke with him at the Arnold Palmer Invitational not too long after his close call in a playoff at the Mexico Open, where he lost to Brian Campbell, now a PGA Tour winner himself, having won the Rocket Classic.
Congratulations. Had a great couple weeks. You and Brian Campbell came down to it down in Mexico. How was that going for you there?
It was good. It was a nice tournament for both of us. We played really good golf and came down to the last and into a playoff as well. But it was unfortunate second place for me. But we'll go at the next one.
How did you make the adjustment coming from the Korn Ferry Tour to the PGA Tour? Obviously, it took pretty well.
Yeah, I feel like my golf game would be suited a bit more on the PGA Tour with a little bit of lengthy golf courses, a little bit different style of playing. So, just needed to get through that Korn Ferry stage and get out here, and it's been great so far.
How'd you enjoy French Lick?
It was great. I was really happy. I had my mum and sister and my whole family there to cheer me on, getting an up and down on the last to get my tour card. So it was a pretty special moment, and I'll always remember it.
We appreciate it. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
In our last episode, we reintroduced you to Jackson Buchanan. The recently graduated University of Illinois product made his professional debut in this tournament, the Memorial Health Championship, thanks to a sponsor exemption, kickstarting his professional career. Not only did he make the cut in the tournament, he finished inside the top 35 in a tie for 34th place. Let's hear from Jackson Buchanan.
Hey, Jackson Buchanan, welcome to the Road to French Lick.
Oh yeah.
Sponsor exemption this week in Springfield. Tell us how that came about.
Just a funny story. I was playing around with Max Herendeen, one of our freshmen, now sophomore, and got a call from Kate Peters, and she let me know, and I think we were playing a match, and I ended up getting a little rattled, and I think I blew it at the end, but I was just so pumped about this. It's exciting to test your game against the best, and somewhere I might be, in a year, you never know. So it's pretty exciting.
How's your experience been at the University of Illinois? And you're going into your senior year, right?
Oh yeah.
And, you've played some serious golf.
Yeah, it's the best golf program in the country, I think. It's you learn so much from coach, and we're all so close on the team. It's something you get for 4 years, and you really got to soak it in. But it's super awesome. I could get emotional talking about my boys. I love them, but I'm just learning so much, really, every day.
So you grinded it out through the U.S. Open qualifiers. You made it down to Pinehurst.
Yeah.
That was a pretty big ballpark, pretty big venue, pretty
crazy.
Cool experience. Tell us about it.
It was awesome. The Monday, Tuesday was pretty sick. Getting out, playing some practice rounds. It's crazy how many fans there are on a practice round. You're hitting tee shots. They're all surrounded there on a practice round, but it was awesome. I got out on Thursday, played terrible on the front nine and was like, okay, this is miserable. So let's actually play some good golf, because I was out there just enjoying it. I was like, okay, and now I have to play good golf. So I played my last 27 holes 1 under, so that was solid. Missed the cut by 1, but just a super great experience. Best players in the world. So
who'd you play with?
See your game. I played with in the tournament. Played with Thomas Dietrich and Brian Campbell, Illinois group. So that was pretty cool. But practice round, played with a few big names. Cam Davis, he's pretty good. Played with Dunlap, Sargent, a few fun guys to hang out with.
Right on. What a great experience that must have been.
Awesome.
Play well this week. You head next week to John Deere.
John Deere, yep.
So
another exemption. I got the call right after I qualified for the U.S. Open, so it's kind of all happening at once. It's like, okay, this is kind of crazy, but it's awesome. It's just experience out here on the tour. I'm a college kid. I'm getting experience on the pro circuit, so really nothing better I could ask for.
The guy's been pretty cool to you out here?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So, eating breakfast with the guys on tour at the U.S. Open, you're like, oh, these guys are just as normal as me. I didn't realize that. Walking by Scotty Scheffler saying hi, it's just like, oh, these guys are normal. So that definitely helps a lot.
It's great. It's great. Well, good. You played actually Big Ten Championships 2022 at the Dye course. What do you think of that? What did you think of the Dye?
I remember the first round. It was so nice. No wind. I was a freshman. I was nervous. It's wide open, but the fairways are kind of tight, so you got to narrow your focus. But I remember Adrian shot like 64. I was like, holy crap, he's the best player in the world. But then the final round, the wind blew, and I think 73 might have been the lowest score. I shot 79 and helped the team. It was crazy, but it was awesome. The views are great. It was sick.
So what are you following on social? We just had a big gig up at our place. Did you see it at all?
I saw. I didn't get to watch it, but I saw it all over Instagram. I saw some of the big putts, the drives, the iron shots 2 inches. It looked awesome, and it was nice to see a course I played before. I knew what was going on, but it was a little bit different. I was in some different spots on those holes with the wind and stuff, but it was pretty cool to see.
Well, we wish you the best of luck. Thank you so much for your time, and ILL.
I, baby.
Brendan Sweeney joins me. I'm here at the U.S. Adaptive Open at Woodmont Country Club in Rockville, Maryland, the 4th playing of the championship. Brendan's back at home in Orlando, and we've got our first 2-time winner this year on the Korn Ferry Tour in Austin Smotherman. He won the Memorial Health Championship out in Springfield, Illinois, to become a 2-time winner this year, and now he's practically locked himself up a PGA Tour card for 2026. So let's first talk about finally having someone who has won twice this year on this tour.
How about Austin? I mean, he came out. He had he finished strong. He had an eagle and 6 birdies in the last round to beat Ortiz by 4, which is crazy. And it was the 6th come from behind victory this year on the Korn Ferry Tour. So yeah, Austin crushed it, and he's like 650 points ahead of the guy in 5th place, which is Cootie on the tour. Yeah. So you think about that 650 point differential. I mean, I think Kyle Westmoreland has 648 points, and he's tied for 21st. So that doesn't even get you into the top 20, and that's the lead difference between the top 5. So yeah, it's cool. Austin's a great guy. He played well, and he's a grinder, and he was on the tour before, and he looks like he's going back, man. There's nothing but taillights following him right now, and I hope he wins. I hope he wins his 3rd, gets his Battlefield promotion. I wish he would come to French Lick, but if he won his 3rd, I wouldn't have him come to my place either. So it's all good.
Just to pat ourselves on the back a little bit, even though we have nothing to do with it. So far this year, people who have been on this show have won 7 times between the Korn Ferry Tour and the PGA Tour. And the reason I bring that up is because the last 2 winners are in this week's episode, Brian Campbell and Alrdich Potgieter. 2 guys who got to the big show last year. Potgieter was one of the last guys to get his card. He managed to kind of pull it together in the final round. Now he's a PGA Tour winner. He's been in 2 playoffs this year, 1 for 1. The guy he lost to in the playoff in Mexico, Brian Campbell, has won 2 playoffs this year, now winning the John Deere Classic. It's been a wild year for some of the guys who have come off the Korn Ferry Tour to see that kind of success.
Dude, look at this. Back-to-back weeks, we're in the Illini gear. It's the only college that I didn't get accepted in, because I went to Eastern Illinois, but I drove by it on the way to school. But having Coach Mike Small on our last episode, I tell you what, we had Adrian, ADC, shoots a 59. They go last week, Luke Guthrie, first round leader. Then Austin winds up winning. And then Brian Campbell, bink, wins his second on the PGA Tour. What a great guy, man! What a great. I mean, he finished so strong at the John Deere, and that is basically. I mean, it's people were saying, "Oh, U of I is like right down the road." No, it's not. It's probably like 2.5 hours away. And but there's a really strong presence of the Illini backers out there. Brian said that he was shocked to see on Friday his academic advisor showed up. And gave him a big high five, and he was just totally shocked by that. But the amount of support that not only that the John Deere Classic and the people from the Western Illinois River area support that organization, but it's been a long. I think it's one of the longest sponsored events, continuous sponsored events on the PGA Tour, and it's a small marketplace. And you see where guys get launched there. Jordan Spieth gets launched there. I mean, it used to be, and it still is. They have a charter that leaves there and goes over to the pond, and they get ready to go play the Open over there. So Brian's on that plane. I hope he packed his passport. I'm sure he did in the back of his mind, and couldn't be more proud of him. As I said before, I've known him since he's a freshman in college. We hosted the Big Ten championships in 12, 13, and 14, and then again in 22 at the Pete Dye course in French Lick. And it's really great to see him. Just inconceivable. He wins 2, and he's the shortest guy out there. And he's just so humble and so nice and so well-grounded, and just a great family guy. And the boys from Illinois do it again. And you're going to see Jackson Buchanan coming up out of that. He just turned pro, and Adrian is kicking ass out there as well. So there's a lot of guys. Thomas Dietrich, Thomas Peters. Hate to keep on beating on U of I, but they're kicking ass out there, and that's all you can say. And with the Korn Ferry Championship presented by United Leasing and Financing, we're going to see these guys come back. Adrian and hopefully Jackson catches on fire this year. But should be some Illini presence out there. Couldn't be more proud of them.
Yeah, it's awesome. And the really intriguing thing to me is someone who didn't go to U of I, but watches this stuff pretty diligently, is that the 2 winners last 2 weeks on the PGA Tour that are Korn Ferry Tour grads, one is the longest guy on the PGA Tour, one is the shortest guy on the PGA Tour statistically. Yeah. You figure that out. There's a lot of ways to get it done in golf, and we get to see that every week on the Korn Ferry Tour as well, which is awesome.
Well, cool. I tell you what, a quick recap of what happened last week, and the points are really coming together. And we mentioned before in the show that a lot of these guys are going to start having to grind a lot out there, and every week, every putt, every shot you take is going to start chasing you, and it's really going from that 30 spots to get your card like it used to be to 20. That's really going to start kicking in, and you got to look who's going to be some of the hot players coming up. I like Ian Holt. I mean, he's been out there. He finished with back-to-back 63s last week for a second straight top 10. In the final round, he had 2 eagles and 4 birdies. So he's been banging out 78% of the greens and regulations. And I think we haven't spoken to him on the show. But with our track record, he should be speaking to us because we're kicking ass on picking winners, man. I got to start watching your gambling show. Davis Chatfield, Notre Dame guy. I mean, we played the Warren course a couple of weeks back. Josh Cheater, he's there. Neil Shipley, Logan McAllister, who was on the show, who's a winner as well. You look at Kyle Westmoreland and Bryson Nimmer. I think Bryson just had a baby. Hey, congratulations to Bryson. And they just dropped out of the top 20. So you have 2 winners that have won this year that are not in the top 20. So they better start getting their horses, hooked up to the wagon and start playing some big-time golf.
Yeah, 648 points basically is 20th place right now. That's Sudarshan Yelamaraju, who won the second event of the year. So, I mean, right now you're looking at 20, 21, and 22 guys who won this year already, and they're not safe, they're not sound, they're not secure. They've still got a long ways to go, and if that kind of 1,000-point threshold holds up here, then 650 points from here, you're going to need another second place finish equivalent and something else to make sure you get a PGA Tour card. That's a lot of work. That's not nothing.
Well, when the playoffs kick in, they go from 500 points to 600 points. So boom, you win there. That gives you a little leg up on everything else. But I tell you what, with this week coming up, those guys going in Colorado, you look at some of the guys that performed well in the past. Brian Campbell finished second last year out there. Alistair Dockery, he finished fourth last year. And then, our guy, Joe Weiler, in the last 2 years, he had 2 top 20s out there. So we're looking for hopefully some of these guys coming together and put the throttle down, and we'll see what happens when they wind up in French Lick in October.
Yeah, we're getting there quickly, and we're into July now. July and August, that ends the regular season. Then all of a sudden, we're into September. We're playing the finals, and before you know it, first week of October, we're at French Lick. It all happened very, very quickly.
And then we're back at Q School up at Sawgrass, freezing my tail off, saying, "What am I doing here? It's Q School. It's raining. It's in Florida. It's 40 degrees." But hey, they got to play in it, and we're just talking about it. So we're lucky to have what we have and do what we do. And I wish you the best of luck this week with the USGA event in Rockville. And the USGA Adaptive Open is a really special event that really touches a lot of people's lives. And the USGA tees up a home run out there with this event, and just glad that I know that you're out there covering it, and you're going to do a great job doing it, dude.
Yeah, it's really cool seeing this come together. It's really cool seeing this in our hometown, not only this year, but next year. Woodmont Country Club's been a great host. The South Course is practically custom built for adaptive golf, and it's really cool to see the championship take flight the last few years. So we've got lots to celebrate in the world of golf, including this. So, Brendan, thanks as always. Appreciate it. Talk to you soon.
ILL.
I.
Now, let's go Eastern Illinois Panthers, baby. Let's go.
That'll do it for us this week on the road to French Lick here at the U.S. Adaptive Open at Woodmont Country Club. Thank you so much to the USGA and to Woodmont for their hospitality in hosting this championship this year and next year. For Brendan Sweeney, I'm Ryan Ballengee. For everyone at the French Lick Resort and for Golf Newsnet, we'll see you next time on the road to French Lick.
You've arrived at French Lick Resort here in Indiana. 2 hotels you have to see to believe. Legendary Golf by Pete Dye and Donald Ross. Our little corner of the world is like nowhere else. Your French Lick getaway starts now at FrenchLick.com.